We have enough people now. I just kind of want to make sure I have someone on that farmhouse in case there's something that needs to be done. I feel like all the action is really September through. Oh, that was a big paycheck there. We just 100. That was probably a stack of 50 charcoal that just went. So we can go ahead. We're loaded up on money. Hey everybody, Mastodon here. This is episode 8 of our Shibboleth series of Manor Lords. We have made it through winter and are no longer starving, at least for a little while. So why don't you strap in and we'll see what we can do over our first after one full year has completed. So as we're heading back into our series here, the first thing we'll notice is it is April. There is no snow on the ground. We have people out planting carrots, and we are starting to bring in mushrooms, and we have food in our inventory overall. So we are at 2 food. We don't have a lot of food, but we are making some progress. We have our mushrooms are back in. They're starting to spawn in, so we want to make sure we're collecting those. And then we have all of our wheat fields are producing appropriately, and that's going to bring in a whole bunch when we actually get there. This is the burgage plot I'd love to put a bakery on. I don't know that that's going to get ready in time. I do only have 1 level 2 burgage plot at this point. So what I'm primarily looking at, as far as this episode goes, is just kind of stabilizing, making use of everything I have. We're going to try to make sure that we're bringing in money, upgrading, and surviving whatever we can. All right, we're back down, almost out of food. So this is going to be kind of continue battle. Like, we have stabilized essentially, but the inherent problem here is stabilizing itself is not necessarily actually enough to make everything work out perfectly. We got 3 people out in our forager's hut because, again, getting that food in is kind of our immediate thing. I'd love to get the herb hut going, and I'll probably just kind of leave 2 people there. Later on in the game, that whole foraging thing is just a lot less important because you've got bread. So one thing I'm going to do here is kind of speed up and see if we can run through this episode at a higher speed. Maybe not the whole time, but at least for a period of the time, so that we get things that are working and can kind of work to balance out. Now, again, we are just sitting at that 24 gold. We can't get any more pigs. At some point, we want to get chickens in, and we're really fighting that. So over here, they have developed nicely. They've got their farms going. They've got a nice overall village that does seem to be cooking along. I am curious to see how advanced the AI is. Do they start trying to claim anything? Are they aggressive? My plan is to just leave them there and let them grow their own little city as far as they want. So we do see a lot of... Oh, yep. So we got hunger setting in again. We do have people starving. Again, I'm not as worried about that because we do have food coming in. And we've got a full saw pit here. All right. Well, we've got these. Yeah, we've got our limits on that. Yeah, so I'm not as worried as I was over winter because I actually have a food source. Remember, back in March, my only food sources were the pigs and the hunting camp. So now we have more options. Once I get some more money in, I will be able to... Oh, it just updated, got one of those pigs in because we had made a little bit of money. But we are seeing that we're kind of still teetering, like we're stable because we have food coming in. We have enough food like on the map for the people, so a lot less worried about that than I was in previous months. So one interesting thing at this point is we have made it through our entire first year. We are down to a single new family per month. So there isn't a whole lot happening. It's not like we're trying to make sure we have space every month for someone coming in. And we even have those 4 extra houses up there right now, so we're good for a while. I just kind of want to watch the this hunger thing. It does take, I think the beetroots are 10 weeks before they're ready, which means, you know, if they're growing now, they probably managed to plant them in March. Maybe by May we'll start seeing some carrots turn in, and we're pushing that approval down, and we really want to keep it above that 55%, so we still continue to get move-ins. We did lose 1 move-in at the beginning of March. So far, that's been the only one that we have missed. Other than that, everything has basically worked out just fine. We are starting to trade off some more, so I'd love to get another horse to be able to make sure that's going along. You know, one of the things I really would love to see once we get that food back up and we're actually producing enough is to be able to start upgrading burgage plots. So we only have 1, and we are going to need absolutely 1 to turn into our baker, but we probably won't need that actually till about the end of the year, because they have to gather all the wheat, and then they have to shear it, and then it has to get milled, and then you will start baking. So I'm not worried about winter, because by December I should be rolling in the dough of all the bread we are making. All right, so it is May. We've kind of so I have discovered when you move on the, it's about 20 minutes in normal speed for a month. So when you go to 4x speed, it takes about 5 minutes for a month. So we are in May now, and we are in a position where we should still get our move-ins. So I want to build up another farm here. I don't necessarily want to, I don't necessarily need it right away, but it's just kind of, I know that's where I want one. So as I'm just letting things play through, I'm going to go ahead and build up this farm. And again, using these 4 corpse pits. Now here I've got a problem where the road isn't entirely straight. So the system that I came across of kind of these 4 plots, I don't know if this is actually going to work as well as it did on the other side, because that road there is a little bit wonky. So I'm going to try. I'm going to drop these in here. We could get one big one there, but it's not even going to actually follow the box. Maybe we need to try to change out the roads here a little bit. Change the angle of some things. Oh man, the struggle is real. It almost gets there, but it looks like it's just too big or too wide or something. Oh God, why? This is so difficult. Oh, we almost got it, but nope. Guess that one's not going to work either. Still divided like in half, and that wastes a whole bunch of the space. I want more farmland and less house land for this. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's going to work. That's what we're going to do here. So it's a little bit smaller than the other ones. It's a little bit misshapen, but it'll still work and function. We now have enough money for another pig, so that's great. And we'll just continue moving in that direction. We're still basically out of food. We have 5 families starving. But with the incoming food, I feel like who's starving will just kind of rotate in and out for right now. And we are keeping that, we're keeping the points, or the approval up above 60, which is where we really want it to be. So we have that burgage plot ready to be built in, and eventually maybe we'll even have the money to put in carrots there, which would be great. That's kind of the next piece and what we are hoping for. Okay, so that's, and now it's raining. Fortunately, we don't have anything out. We do only have one family working on construction right now, but I think the only thing we're actually building is that one single, the one single burgage plot for the other farm. So this farm is, you'll notice that it isn't entirely filled up at this point, which I kind of want to keep it in a space where they're working all of it, but it's not necessarily entirely used, and eventually it'll become a level 2, maybe level 3 building, and then they'll have a lot more workers to kind of handle the whole space. I do not know whether this is actually ideal as far as a farm goes. It may be a little big. One thing that I've been looking at is how do I get these people to... Okay, we're actually getting beetroots in now. So how do I get these people to effectively not do anything else because I've given them a big enough farm and they would be bad at whatever else they are doing? So I've kind of come up with some ideas as far as farmers. Like I can assign them to extra sawmills. Seems like one good place where I could stick farmers. I think maybe over at the church as a place to stick farmers, because if one person goes out and starts handling bodies, that's kind of all you really need to worry about there. But as a second sawmill, I don't really need multiple sawmills going all the time right now. And so that seems like a good way. Okay, so those beetroots are really balancing out our food. Nobody's starving now. We've got food in the bank. So now it's just kind of continuing to move through and upgrade a few things. And this burgage plot is almost in. So then we can get it upgraded to a farm, and then eventually get the extra worker on it as well. And now it's May, and we're, good with 4 houses, eventually 5 there, which will take us through most of the year. We do have a lot coming in and out of our trading house still, so we are just kind of ticking in money a little bit at a time. We still have a ton of charcoal to go out. Looks like our tools are doing okay, but aren't really like overgrown at this point. So again, we don't have anything that needs to be built right away, so there's no real reason to ramp that up. Oh, it looks like it's actually our mushrooms that are largely balancing that out. We finally got those put in. We're still not in a position to upgrade anything. So we have pork, so people should be getting able to be upgraded soon. And, we did just make some more money. We almost could buy a new horse with that, which is tempting. I also, though, need to have the money because I want to get the actual blacksmith going, see if I can get crossbows going, things like that. Also, the other farm would be nice. It's not really necessary, but I kind of like having at least 3 farms, each producing one of the things, so you get all 3 of those, all 3 of those pieces going in. So this is my only level 2 burgage plot, and the level 2 burgage plots are the ones that really need. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get the horse. We have enough now, so my level 3. 2 burgage plots are the only ones I can upgrade to be the crafters. So I really do want to do that. Oh, we got a bunch more money in. Is that going to be enough when this gets finished to go ahead and add in carrots there? Or is that not an option? I do really want to start seeing the ability to upgrade. Oh, the well... That's been upgraded. Don't see anything here that's ready. And it's only June, so we don't need people trying to go out and harvest yet. Okay, we are draining those mushrooms back down to 0, so I probably really only need 2 families on the mushrooms. And it looks like we did get our June move-in, so we are continuing our near perfect. That one miss in March was our only miss. This is 100 and... Okay, so we need, 118 to be able to purchase and put in carrots. Which again, until we actually have someone in there, doesn't mean a whole lot. So we'll go ahead and just upgrade that first. But that'll just continue our move-in space. We probably want to make sure we get all the pigs in that we can. Oh, there's one that we missed. But I think I want to get the carrots going first. We have enough people now. I just kind of want to make sure I have someone on that farmhouse in case there's something that needs to be done. I feel like all the action is really September through. Oh, that was a big paycheck there. We just 100. That was probably a stack of 50 charcoal that just went. So we can go ahead. We're loaded up on money. We can upgrade all of these things and be in good shape. This is almost done. And then we can stick our... we can probably... Yeah, we have enough now to just start that farm fully going. And we've got one hitching post here. I'm going to throw down another for the trading post, just so I have room for the 2, for all 4 horses, because eventually you want to have all 4 horses there. And now it seems like we're finally a running economy. So we can get these carrots going. So that is upgraded. Again, no one's in there yet, but it is just that additional food source, additional food variety, which is always good. And we're now at the point where there is money coming in, so taxing is worthwhile. Things are stable on food. We got 24 food, which is not 1 per family, but I'm not worried about it anymore. I'd be amazed if we ever got back to the starving point without some kind of major drought issue because of all the stuff we have coming in. So we are stable and successful, and now I think the next thing is to start dropping in chickens along the row. So chickens and the apiary go on things that you want to have people working on full time, like no breaks at all. So your miners, your smith, your bloomery, any of those gathering that it's just they can just do perpetually. You want to have those people on. So it looks like they're not picking up the wood fast enough, so I probably need someone else on the storehouse. And maybe come July, it'll be worth putting someone else in the granary. The granary, we may want to look at upgrading that before winter, because once we start harvesting and we get bread, we're going to need... the bread should come in with about 800 bread, which is a lot of bread. So we don't necessarily want that to just sit on the wayside forever. All right, so here's July, and we can finally upgrade another burgage plot. So we're going to do that. This is one of our double burgage plots right there. So we can go ahead and get that upgraded, and now it looks like we're kind of flowing in the right direction of being able to progress a bit as far as our city goes. Again, it's interesting that after that first year, once you kind of stop those bonuses, the game does slow down a bit, and you're just able to let it run more smoothly. I could go out and start building some things. Let's see. We have a warehouse worker. Okay, this person should be assigned there. Did that unassign them? No, they're still assigned there. I do want this other person not to be a warehouse worker, though. I want to have both of those families assigned here. because it's right nearby, and it is far less traveling and waiting time. So now we have 2 foragers. Both of the foragers are at the foraging hut, which seems like the right place. And once we kind of have some spare money, we'll go ahead and make sure we put in the herbs just in case. Hey, and there's our medium village, which was a long time coming, actually, just because of that food shortage, and we really had to get onto the other side of it. So we now have 2 burgage plots that are level 2, and I think there will be a lot more of them coming in the near future. So that is a double burgage plot, and there isn't a lot I want to use a double burgage plot. I kind of at some point want a bakery in a double burgage plot, maybe. I don't even know if that's actually necessary, but that would be as a baseline of providing food. Yep, looks like we got pigs in all there. We're sitting on some real money now. So we are finally in decent shape. Now, let's just drop in that herb garden. Just kind of keeps our workers, they don't have to chill out if they get sick, and it'll just kind of keep things more productive a little bit. I did move some oxen around, so I want to make sure I have 2 oxen to head out and deal with the fields again when that happens, because we do have to harvest, plow, and plant all in about 3 months. Look at that food. It just feels so much better that no one is starving. We also, with all the charcoal we're getting, we really don't need that many people on the woodcutter's lodge. So we're going to focus them over on the charcoal, mostly because we're exporting that. That's kind of our main money source. And now that we're getting money in, it's time for chickens. So this whole back row, my main thought is all these people over here are all going to eventually be miners, bloomery. They're kind of doing all of that work. I don't want them to lose 20% to having pig pens. And the payoff for chickens is pretty close. It's not exactly the same, but I kind of want that to be the regular thing. And we got enough families going on. As we're in July, I just want to make sure when it hits August and September, we're ready to start bringing in all of our wheat there. Yeah, just nice having that constant tick-in of money, so that allows us to just continue to flood in the chickens. The main thing about that is we want to be able to upgrade our burgage plots, and so both of those things do really help. Because we've got both pork and mushrooms in abundance such that I feel like I should be able to upgrade more than I currently can. Yeah, this whole row of chickens is great. Really getting stable here, kind of in the where we want things to be. And notice this whole episode, we have not yet gotten attacked. There have been no bandits. There have been no bandit camps. This has been fantastic. Just time to develop, time to make some progress. We got a bunch of planks. We got a bunch of logs. We're harvesting up those mushrooms. This forager hut's going to take forever to upgrade again. It's so far away. Fortunately, they don't need to actually drag an oxen out there. You just need someone to come over and grab the logs for it. Trying to see what's up with the food here. Wonder if I just need... Okay, forager hut is updated. And I don't want to take my like very last worker here. But hopefully by the time we hit August, we'll be able to do some serious upgrading. And that is all looking pretty good. We're almost through. It is now August. We got a little bit of money taxed in, and great. Hildevolt is claiming shot spits, and we're going to have to deal with that. We don't want him to have it, so... I don't know that we really have the power to stop him either. We don't have much in our treasury. We don't have a whole lot of men ready to fight. Hildevolt, we went so long with peace, and now it looks like that's gone. So I just want to go ahead and thank you for hanging out, and we will figure out what we're going to do with Hildevolt and his aggressive claims in the next episode of Shibboleth Manor Lords series.